How is this spring different from other spring camps? I know you're right at the start. What are the goals? How is this one going to be different than others?
Well, we got a fair number of talented young players in the system that we need to make sure they get reps. And you know, how far we come, how well we develop with guys that will either be backup or will be pressing starters, how far they come this spring, I think it will help determine exactly how good we're going to be, certainly early on in the season.
One key position group I'm sure you'll be watching closely is running back. You lost two good ones. Who are you looking at? Is it completely open at this point? Who's going to be running back number one next fall?
It's completely open. You know, Jake's got probably the most experience coming back, so obviously in that regard, he's the front runner. But we're talking about a lot of, I think, pretty good young running backs that it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out for those guys, because it's going to be a heck of a battle. It's going to be one of the most contested spots on the field.
Is Julian Ross going to be doing much this spring, given his off-season surgery?
No, he won't be able to get much done. You know, he'll get healthier as the summer goes along, and should have him full go for fall camp.
With the impact of two new coaches on staff, is this an important period for those two guys as well?
Yeah, I think so. And I liked what I saw today. Both guys are energy guys. You know, that they make corrections on the spot, and they're moving around and they're talking. So they're knowledgeable coaches. So I think it's going to be a great fit for the two of them in our program.
Quarterback position seems set at the top. Is this spring more about figuring out who's number two, who's number three behind Nathan than determining who's number one? So
right. Yeah. You know, Nathan has certainly earned the starting position without having to go through any kind of a contest. Now he's the good thing about him is he's competitive within himself, and so you don't have to worry about him slacking off a little bit or not competing because he feels like he's got the job won. That's not how he operates, you know, and so that's the good part of him being what he is, that we don't have to kid around with that. You know, he's got the job.
I was just going to say, Joe or Andrew, then I guess is the real quarterback battle this spring for number two, Joe Mishler or Drew Kinzak?
Drew, yeah. Yeah, that is. But Curtis is also in there. Well, I'm not throwing any of those guys out. Nayland, you know, is getting reps, so we'll just see who steps up and who shines. But there'll still be a pretty good battle going on for that spot.
A little different going through your first day spring ball without Jimmy here.
You know, once you get on the field, you're moving around, you're watching different things. You know, obviously leading up to it, it's a little bit different because he's not sitting in your meetings and those kind of things. But no, it's what it is, and you know, once you're on the field, you just go.
Yeah. Are you excited that you get to go through spring ball with a little more experienced defense this time around, opposed to last year?
Yeah. Plus, we have really good group of young players.
Right.
That at some of those spots that are talented. Yep. And so we want to make sure we're giving those guys a legitimate shot of either being backups or starters or whatever, however it unfolds.
But you have a couple guys with a little bit more game experience than they did last year.
Are you talking about linebackers still? Yep. Yeah. We have a couple starters that have gotten a lot of playing experience. And that's true. You look at our ends, a lot of experience with our defensive ends, a lot of experience with our corners, and basically our safeties. So the inside guys, not probably as much experience, except for a couple of those guys. Yep. Got to find some backups there, certainly. But yeah, it's what it is. And if you look at last year, we started slow. You know, we didn't just dominate people at the beginning of the year, right. But as the year went on, we just got better and better and better. We need to get off to a little faster start this year in the season, but then keep that same energy and that same practice ability, same leadership all those kind of things need to continue to be there, and then we'll see what kind of team we got.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that kind of the expectations for this first week of spring ball? You wanted this team to get off to a hot start. What are your expectations for the first few days of camp?
Well, number one is to make sure we're organized on the field, that we're getting guys enough reps that need to have the reps. That's always a concern, and you keep looking at that as you go through spring ball. And then trying to keep guys healthy as they go through spring too. You know, we were fairly fortunate last year with how that all worked injury-wise, and that could be.
It's got a board, if you want to knock on.
Oh, knock on wood. Very good. Thank you. So, you know, that was a big thing. Also, was having a fairly healthy team going through the year.
Do you think a lot of these position battles will make spring ball a little more intriguing for you this year?
Yeah, you know, spring ball is always interesting, but to coaches and players. But the fact that there's a lot of competition that's going to be going on will make it exciting for everybody.